first up, Mercy. Let's get to it. Our review for Mercy, another movie where you're watching someone on a screen, kind of, sort of, because it does at some points dip into the real world. In the near future, a detective stands on trial accused of murdering his wife. He has 90 minutes, and one of the first movies I ever watched with a timer on the screen of how long the movie is. He has 90 minutes to prove his innocence to an advanced AI judge he once championed before it determines his fate. That's right. The main character, played by Chris Pratt, is a big reason why this AI system is in place. Rebecca Ferguson plays the AI in a role that her agent got her, and was like, "This is it." He was like, "This is." He's like, "You know what? Don't even star in Dune. This is it right here." And Annabelle Wallis, there's a bunch of other random people in this movie, but those are the two big stars: Chris Pratt, Rebecca Ferguson. 11.2 million domestic, 22.7 worldwide at the box office. Notable box office, not because it made a lot of money, because it actually ended Avatar's run. Avatar's run ends 2 weeks earlier than Avatar 1 and Avatar 2. It still made a lot of money.
That's pretty good. 5-week run.
Yeah, 5-week run at number 1, 2 less than the last two. It will finish third, most likely, in 2025, behind Ninja 2, which is the Chinese movie, the animated movie, which has made $2.3 billion at the box office. One of the wildest, I don't get too far off Mercy here, but if you want to see one of the craziest stats you'll ever see at the box office, this movie, if you look up the domestic to international split, 1% domestic US. This movie made 1% of its $2.3 billion was made. Crazy movie. There's an English dub, I believe, on HBO Max you can watch.
I saw it in theaters.
Yeah, I think Michelle Yeoh voices the English dub. I haven't watched it. I should watch it. Zootopia 2 will be the other movie that Avatar likely finishes behind, somewhere between 1.3, 1.5 billion. So again, Jimmy C makes his billion, but it definitely, I would assume if you asked them, they would say it fell pretty well below what they had hoped. We'll see how that plays into what happens with Avatar in the future. But its run ends by Mercy, which I don't care how you feel about Avatar, that's gross. But anyway, let's talk about this movie, which has a 20%, 81% split on Rotten Tomatoes, 6.2 IMDb, 35 Metacritic, 2.6 Letterboxd. I'll start with Klemmer. You can go first. What did you give Mercy? From Timur Bekmambetov, by the way, who directed the Ben-Hur remake, one of the bigger crimes against humanity, Wanted, and then a movie which is awesome. I believe Kenjac agrees. I think we've talked about this before. Abe Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Oh,
well, this movie's not
Glennie
awesome.
Ball's number one.
Yes, our good friend, former coworker Glennie Ball's favorite movie of all time, Abe Lincoln Vampire Hunter. Go ahead, Klemmer.
Mercy is not awesome. I give Mercy a 19. This movie sucks, and it's like if 12 Angry Men had a lobotomy. Where you see Minority Report too. You have those comps. There's nothing redeeming about this movie, and you could argue it's like kind of even maybe like morally gross. It's like kind of pro AI, also like pro spying on us. Like it's like, no, the government should have access to all of our personal communications so they can then have this trial without a jury. I'm kind of tired of like blaming. I've seen that joke a lot, blaming the agents for Chris Pratt and Rebecca Ferguson. Like, maybe we should just blame them. Like, they read this script. There's no way this script could ever be saved. There's nothing that was ever going to point to this being a good movie. And like, how much money? And I'm kind of curious. How much money did it take for them to do this movie? Because I know the movie costs what, $60 million to make. If they got $20 million each, maybe which they didn't. Maybe it's worth it. I don't know. At what point is it worth it? That's almost. I'd like to see that movie.
Pratt, I won't blame. I won't blame Pratt's agent. I think Chris Pratt's been in more than enough. Rebecca Ferguson, I make that comment, and I think you'd agree with this, Klemmer. I think she's just in. I think she's in a lack of good things. I know she's in Dune, but like Pratt, I wouldn't say that for. But she's in things where I'm like, why? Like she's got the Michael Fassbender syndrome, I think. But
she choose another person, but they're all talented people. They choose these projects though. We can't like the agents would force it down their throat. They choose, and this movie was never going to be good. There's nothing about this movie that was ever going to be good. There was no way this was ever going to be a quality project. Now, maybe you hope it goes to streaming and it just vanishes there. I don't know. But this is a movie with nothing good about it. There's nothing positive to say about it. Everything is bad or just kind of almost bad. This sucks.
Very fair. This sucks is very fair on this. Gooch, what did you give it? You saw it in glorious, beautiful IMAX at one of the greatest screens in the world, AMC Lincoln Square in New York.
Yes.
So you really saw it how it was intended to be seen.
Trek through like the 10-degree weather here in New York City to watch it on a screen that I've seen such classics as Oppenheimer, Dune Part 2, Avatar: Way of Water, some of the most gorgeous, visually stunning, visually inspiring movies I've ever seen. And I got to sit and watch Chris Pratt smear his shit all over the screen for 95 minutes. And I will disagree with you, Klemmer. I do think there's actually a good movie in here somewhere. It's buried deep, buried very deep, because I do think this comes from a place of like where we're at in the country, a lot of disarray. I think wherever you align, no matter the aisle, there's like a feeling of we want justice for everyone, no matter what. And I think that's where this movie comes from. But where it lands is, like you said, morally reprehensible. Like straight up for AI, for a surveillance state, like it goes to gross conclusions. And it does it sloppily, like really sloppily. And especially towards the end, the last 10 minutes, it tries to throw in all these twists to kind of cover its ass and be like, well, actually, the cops might actually be bad. Everyone's kind of bad. It's a piece of shit. I'm giving it a 1 out of 100. This will be my least favorite. I mean, I really
oh my god. I think that's harsh. Oh my god.
I think this is fucking terrible.
I see where you're coming from.
It's a bad movie with like bad conclusions and things. I just straight up like I try not to let like my morals get in the way of like watching a movie, but here it's like Jesus Christ. Like it is asking for us to be spied on by the government. That's fucking insane. No matter who you are, that is fucking insane. This movie's Fuck this movie. Fuck this movie. 1 out of 100. The
only way we get justice in this world is if the government spies on us. It is an insane thing to force down our throats. This movie's trash. This movie sucks so much.
Terrible.
Good for you, Gooch.
Kenjac, what'd you give it?
I'm at like a 15, and I think like, what can you say about Mercy that you can't say about like the 3 or 4 movies it directly rips off in every way, shape, or form? I think what annoys me about it is that like I generally kind of want to like it because I really like Rebecca Ferguson, as I'm sure all 4 of us do. And Chris Pratt tastes great when you don't got a bitch in your mouth telling him he's nasty. I'll tell you that much. And it just doesn't play to either of their strengths whatsoever. Like you max out Pratt by making him like the lovable oaf. They don't do that. You max out Ferguson by having her play a human fucking being. Don't do that. So 0 for 2 here. And I think the annoying thing is like, I don't think it's necessarily a bad concept, especially when you look at like the tech landscape today where every fucking major company is part of the AI circle jerk. Like every company you can think of, like DoorDash is like, hey, look, we're using AI now. The dumbest companies you can think of are thinking of AI. So you know the government is thinking of ways to try and figure out a way to make this technocratic future super state. But I think that like the prime directive when you make a movie like this should be pretty simple. Is like looking at this. You do everything you can to differentiate yourself from a movie like Minority Report and a movie like Total Recall or a movie like fucking like any of these. And it just doesn't do that at all. It's almost like offensive that they didn't just try to call this a Minority Report remake or something like that or reimagining. Like it's borderline made me mad watching it. Like why didn't we just like have the balls to like say what you actually are? So like it's an interesting enough idea. I agree with you. The morals of it are very bad. Like the conclusion of it, like that the last 30 minutes, what the fuck was going on? Like what was I'm trying to think of like the thought process where they're like, let's get Big Boy from This Is Us to like all of a sudden, here's a flip double bad boy or double bad guy thing. And like, oh, but like you were just saying, Gooch, like also the cops are bad, but like they didn't know how to land the plane whatsoever. And it really, really frustrated me a lot. Didn't love the moral of the story. You got to like, even if it's the most basic in your face, no subtlety thing, you got to be like, hey, this future is bad. You don't want to do what like fucking Mr. Beast is doing where it's like, watching Squid Games and being like, oh, I could do that. Like, that's good. That's a good thing. Like, you know what I mean? It was literally like, I remember there's that one tweet where it's like, the author writes the book, like, don't invent the torment nexus. And then like 2 days later, Mr. Beast creates the torment nexus. Like, it's just everything about it's bad. I like the people involved except for the UFC fighter director, but that's about it. I'm not into it. I really did not enjoy Mercy whatsoever.
Yeah, I didn't like it either. Not quite as low as Gooch. I think I've definitely seen some things even in the last year just significantly worse, but it's up there.
But like in a theater.
Yeah,
That's
no, I
like,
definitely have seen things worse,
I
like
have
for
too,
sure.
unfortunately.
I
I will say though, I don't know if I've seen things too many things morally worse. Not a couple of things, but not too many things.
yeah, which I've definitely reviewed things that, but for like, I wasn't as like morally shoved out of my chair as something like Woman in the Yard, for example, which basically
I agree, that
promotes
was worse.
suicide if you can't
I didn't see
figure it
that
out. But no, I mean I didn't like this
Suicide is
movie.
the answer to grief. You don't like that? Adam?
That was one of the all time. Yeah, not a good movie that will definitely bottom third of the year for me. 36 out of 100. I was entertained in a couple spots here and there. It's like dumb fun.
36, Jeff. I mean, what?
It's a 36. I mean, the movie stinks. I've seen significantly worse movies in the last year.
So have I. So have all of us. I mean, that's significantly worse. At 36 is like crazy.
I think there's enough of like this wasn't me being like, man, if I wasn't doing this for a show or for my letterbox or for like what I do, I would turn it off. I get that feeling a lot, like Happy Gilmore 2, for example. Like that's one of those, or like the Pickup, the movie with Pete Davidson and Eddie Murphy, which I might be making that up. Is that a movie I saw, or am I just making that up? It sounds like a movie that I saw last year.
That's a real fake movie.
It's still terrible though. It's not a good movie. But I actually do I agree with the idea that like I think there is something here that could have been interesting. Like I think there's something of like there's a compelling enough like, oh, things are unfolding as the evidence comes in. It's just not executed well at all. The ending becomes really stupid and dumb.
a third of the movie is watching the daughter's like Instagram stories.
Yeah, I don't even necessarily
hate.
hate the concept of like the screen thing. We've seen some really good versions of that. Searching, right? That's the one that I think if you've seen a lot of movies in the last, I mean, that movie probably came out like 8 years ago at this point. Searching came out in 2018 with John Cho. That movie was like like I was like, oh shit, like this is gonna inspire some things that are really good. And they didn't make too many more like that. That ended up being good. There was the sequel, Missing, which was pretty decent as well. So like I think like the screen.
Oh, you liked Missing? I hated that.
I think like the screen thing is not the worst concept, but like you've got to have it's in order for it to work. You have to have people who act the shit out of their roles because it's so vital in making that work. And I don't think you get that here. I think Pratt's performance would have worked if this was like overly campy, but it's not. It's like very serious, so it just doesn't really fit.
You
put
it's
not a good movie.
in that role, Jeff. You make DiCaprio in the Pratt role. This movie still sucks. Still a trash movie. It's absolute dog shit. That once again has very questionable morals. By the way, once again, we should mention: isn't this made by Amazon, which Jeff Bezos?
I'm mostly shocked that this thing wasn't a streaming movie. The fact that this wasn't released on streaming is like one of the bigger upsets of the century. The fact that it was like released in IMAX is like kind of unbelievable. Which it just reminds me of that story of The Rock sitting down in an IMAX theater and watching Oppenheimer and saying, "This is how we have to see Red One," the Christmas movie that came out. Like, is that what Bezos did? Like, did someone at Amazon be like, "Wow, mercy on this screen"? I can't believe what this like. This probably like I hate saying this, but go look at the split around Tomatoes. This would have like crushed on streaming this weekend. Snowstorm, people inside like all over the country. Like this would have done great on. I can't believe this was in theaters. Like it's unbelievable.
But if you're Bezos, are you trying to promote like a pro AI thing with this movie? Is that like, am I thinking too far ahead with this thing, or like?
It's maybe.
I mean,
it does have like just weird like. There's just weird shit in this movie. That's like, how did it end? Like, this had to come from like.
Brett went on the red carpet and said AI sucks and he hates it. So I don't know if that'd be the party line if that was. The case.
Yeah, I mean, like spoilers here. How it ends? Like basically the program or the. I guess program the right word. The mercy.
Yeah,
the thing that they use with the AI judge is like it was forced down the pike by someone who hid evidence and got somebody killed. just to force it to work because they said it had to work, and that person gets kind of thrown in jail. It's like it kind of ends like, oh hey, this was done in the wrong way, but like not in a definitive enough way that it like really made a stand on anything. It's kind of strange because it does kind of like tear apart the whole concept of it at the end, but like it doesn't do it in a way that's like defiant, where he's like leaving the leaving the building that he was in or anything.
He's like, I
It's
guess
weird.
we all make mistakes. He says
Yes.
we all, as if the AI is like part of mankind.
Yeah, that was definitely the weirdest. Yeah.
There's also just like multiple shots of like, and I don't know why they're included, of like cop cars just driving into groups of people. Like there's shit like that in the movie where I'm like, what the fuck is this doing in here? There's so much like weird footage that they included, which I have to imagine it just B-roll footage that they bought offline somewhere. Like so much of this just looks fake and like bought from Adobe stock. Like
There's a scene where they're chasing someone who Pratt has interest in as he's going through all the footage and things, and they're chasing him on a helipad. It's the slowest I've ever seen anybody
that thing's
run in a
stupid.
chase on anything ever. It's very funny. it just doesn't work. Yeah, I don't know.
Doesn't
It's
it start
not
with, like,
good.
Doesn't it say like Chris Pratt's character like invented the Mercy program or something, and then they just abandoned that whole storyline pretty early on? Isn't he like one of the people that helped get this started, but then they don't
Yeah,
talk
but
about it?
I don't want to sit here and defend the movie, but that is kind of the central point of why the guy's going for revenge.
Right, but they don't really ever talk about. Well, no, they seem to be going for revenge. He wants to ruin the Mercy program, right? And
He
but,
was the
like,
one who championed the Mercy
he
program,
was just a
and
cop that
the
started
first
it? It doesn't
person
make
to
any
be
sense.
the first. I don't know. I hate having to defend it, but I have no problem with the logic there. I think it works.
That a random policeman who just invented this giant whole new way of justice in the entire city of Los Angeles.
But
That
I don't.
goes against
What's
the entire Constitution.
But I don't understand what problem do you have with that? I don't understand.
I don't think I think that'd be either a police commissioner or maybe like a judge
Well,
would create this.
I think that's like overly
a random police
I don't know.
officer. That's insane.
I think that's a
not how
reasonable-
the
Yeah,
world
that doesn't really break it for me. I
That
get
doesn't make it-
but like that just feels like, I mean, I don't know.
If you got a government contract, you're the richest man in the world.
Yes, thank
Like,
you.
that is
Like,
a huge.
that's-
I would agree with Klemmer there.
I think he
He's the entire
championed it though.
tradition
Did he
of the
invent it, or was he like the guy that was behind like being like, let's implement this and make this important?
Either way, that's it. They
Yeah, I don't
literally
know. That
rewrote
feels-
you're guilty until proven innocent. They say that in the very first minute of the
oh
movie.
yeah.
Change the entire Constitution from a street cop. That's insane. This
An
movie's so
alcoholic street
stupid.
cop. An alcoholic abusive street
Yeah,
cop.
alcoholic abusive street cop. Yeah.
What were they? That's another thing. Like, why did they make him that way? Like, what am I supposed to root for this guy?
I think they want to make you what do you call
like, kind
it?
of question it.
Question him. Yeah.
But we all know that it's gonna. Like, there's no shot he did it.
No.
Yeah. Well, no, they want it's for the sake of the movie, right? Like the other people watching it. Like
He's a
it's
complex.
dumb. I agree, but I
He's
understand.
such a complex character.
And we know that he's an alcoholic abusive cop because his daughter is just filming all of their fights. She has
Hasselhoffing
so
them,
much
yeah.
footage. She's like a Jerry
She does
Springer
a lot of
cameraman.
footage.
She's
Dude,
got
she
so much.
Hasselhoffed him.
And then after every
Crazy.
fight, she makes the gym face too
Yeah.
from the office. It's like this movie's. I can't believe it's at 34, Jeff. That's more stunning than the movie.
I just it's bad. It's just I don't know. It's not. I think I've seen
Ugh.
worse. I was watching it. And I'm like, I'm curious how this unfolds. At least, I just think I've seen significantly worse movies in the last year.
It's
I mean, I get you hate it more than me. I don't know. You're a lot of the logic and little things like isn't like breaking my brain. So maybe
It's not a
maybe
little
that's the
thing, Jeff.
difference.
That's not someone reinventing the Constitution and being a regular cop.
Yeah, but he's
that's
just.
not a
I think
little
he's just a strong proponent for it. Like what is that? I don't understand. What does that matter? Like, I don't understand what the. I don't understand why that's like
It's not
such a
how society
big
works.
thing to you.
because that's not how the world works. So you're asking me to make such a wild a wild leap of disbelief. That's an insane thing.
But I don't understand what the leap of disbelief is.
That a guy making 80 grand a year is now changing the Constitution. That's an insane thing. That would be amazing. That's wild.
Why is it 90 minutes too?
Yeah, it was an oddly specific time.
Yeah, why do they only get 90
Well, that's the
minutes?
length of
Why
the
is this
movie.
got a
Come
shot
on,
clock?
that's
Yeah, of course. Right.
It felt like a Big East basketball possession.
Fair enough.
Also, you have no time to plan your case. You're literally like taken out of like a coma or like a medical induced something where they shut you down, and then you have no time to prepare a case, plan a case. The whole thing is just madness.
Yeah.
I'm probably too high with my 19. The more I think about it and talk about this movie, I hate this movie so much.
The guy stole $17 million worth of chemicals to make one bomb. $17 million worth of
For
chemicals.
3 years.
This is crazy.
So stupid. This movie sucks.
Yeah.
Anything else on Mercy? Not a good movie. No matter which way you kind of slice it up.
I am with
talk
Tim.
about it,
I do
honestly.
think this, like, we gotta put some blame on these actors for, like, you can't sign up for shit like this.
I think for sure Pratt. I don't know what the deal with Rebecca Ferguson's career is. I think that's a different story. Because I also think honestly, House of Dynamite's another fucking whiff.
See, I'll defend her on. I mean, you're with Catherine Bigelow.
Yeah.
But
Like, all right.
I don't know.
I agree it's not a good movie, but
Timur
can understand.
Timur I don't think is a guy you need to like, oh, I got a break after Dune, I gotta go work with Timur and Chris Pratt. Like I think you got better stuff to do. Or do nothing, probably.
Look what she's been in since Mission
It's weird
Impossible.
stuff.
I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, she was in the fucking, that's right. She was in The Snowman with Michael Fassbender. Since 2017.
Another guy with a bad agent.
Yeah, since she was a Snowman, Mission Impossible twice, Men in Black International, Doctor Sleep, solid. The Kid Who Would Be King, Dune.
Oh,
but
Circus.
that's really it. This like she really hasn't been in much at all in the last almost 10 years.
I think your Fassbender comp was right on, Jeff. Like, really talented actor that just keeps picking.
That I don't get. I
turned it around.
definitely
He got
get.
Black Bag.
I get Pratt. I get slamming Pratt for this because Pratt's a different beast. He's been in a ton of things.
Well, she's got to do better stuff. I'm almost more mad at her. Like, she's really talented, and she keeps doing this garbage. Like,
She did
figure it out.
Silo.
Learn,
like, that's
learn how
also-
to like read a good script.
Yeah.
She is in Silo season 2.
But that's also like that was a terrible career move because remember she left Mission Impossible to do that shit, which I like the show, but goddamn, what were you thinking there?
And
Yeah,
you're
it's
right,
tough.
Kenjac. Pratt's got to get back to being like the lovable oaf. Like, you can't carry a movie like this. Like, even if this movie was like good or somehow decent, like he still would have brought it down. Like,
I will say,
this is not your lane.
as a comp to try and give it like a baseline for Pratt, like he did this movie, The Tomorrow War, which we all thought was going to be a total shit pile, right? And that I think was the great balance of Pratt because he plays like a leading man who is like in an action movie, but he's also funny. Like they let him be the lovable dad oaf, and I think that worked. And in that movie, he also, I think, is a dad that has issues that they have to work out with his daughter, and it works out way better than it worked out in this. So if you just can't have him be the serious guy. It's not like fully serious. With maybe the only exception I can even think of is like The Terminal List, which worked, but that was also it's such a specific set of sort of situational stuff around him. So I don't know, not a fan.
Yeah, Mercy's not a good movie. Though I guess some people seem to. I mean, audience score was kind of surprising on that, but I guess again, which makes me say I don't understand how this is not a streaming movie. I'm like blown away by that.
Rotten
still can't
Tomatoes
believe that.
continues to be broken. It's broken. It's been broken for 5 years.
Yeah, I don't think, but
audience scores
I would disagree on this since I don't think people are review bombing positive reviews.
I'm
for
not even
Mercy.
talking
I think
review
people
bombing.
who've just
I
seen
think-
Mercy have. I think the general audiences just are okay with Mercy.
just feels like everything.
Like, I think for sometimes you're definitely right on that. For this one, I mean, I don't think people are review bombing Mercy.
I'm very
I
upset.
go on a limb to say they're definitely not review bombing Mercy.
No, I'm very upset people were choosing to see this in droves over 28 years later at Bone Temple. Which
Yeah,
is
20
like
years
such
later.
a
Yeah,
good-
that's
and that's getting destroyed. And like
Yeah.
box office wise. And like you have those two up there and you choose to see Mercy is disappointing to me because one's a legitimately good, really good movie.
It's an R-rated sequel to a movie maybe not everyone saw. Is like
I get it.
Thinking,
I
but-
understand. It just bumps me out.
I also think they
agree.
released the
plus like
sequel
the
way
No
too
American
quickly.
Star I think hurts too.
Way too
I think
soon.
I think that sequel came out way too fast.
No one
I
had a
think
chance
if
to
we're
see
talking
it.
about problems it might have had, but neither here nor there at this point. because we're past that.